station. 98.1 FM and AM 1220. The Afternoon Drive with Aaron Della Torre.
Doing a great job, man. Thank you.
Thank you. 4:39 coming up on 4:40. I am joined in studio by one of my favorite guests. I can't say my favorite one because I'm not allowed to say my favorite one. They get mad at me if I do that. I can't play favorites. One of my favorites is back in the studio. She is Dr. Megan LeCornu of Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics, voted Santa Cruz's leading orthodontics office for the past 10 years. A grip on the 2010s. They are looking forward to owning the 2020s. Hi, Dr. Megan.
How are you?
Doing very well. I don't think I've seen you since the new year. I'm not going to say Happy New Year or I hope your New Year's going well. I think it's too late.
Yeah.
I think it's too late for the pleasantries. So I think it was right before Thanksgiving, actually.
Yep.
The last time I saw you. The question everybody wants to know, have you replaced your toothbrush since the last time I saw you?
Yes.
You have.
So I'm very big about replacing it every 3 months. A really good way, though, to know when you should replace your toothbrush is, when the end starts to, fray? It starts to, splay out. Mm-hmm. That's when you should be replacing it. You don't want to see those ends kind of frayed out. So some people, they have to replace theirs a little bit more frequently than every 3 months. On average, it tends to be around every 3 months, though.
Yeah. You can't be a brutal brusher, right? Otherwise, you fray your toothbrush.
Yes. And, it's really important, too, to use a soft, bristled toothbrush. Sometimes people will use a bristle that's too hard, and if you are someone who likes to scrub and you have a hard bristle, you can actually cause damage to your gums.
Is that right? How do you feel about electric toothbrushes?
I personally love them.
You do?
Yes, I have one, and I don't know if I could survive without it.
Really? See, I like getting in there. Maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe they're too expensive for me, but I like getting in there and feeling like I'm getting the grit out myself, but they're effective.
Yeah, so if you think about it, electric toothbrush, it does a lot of the work for you. So with a manual toothbrush, you basically need to place the toothbrush up against the gums. You want the brush to be angled at a 45-degree angle down towards the gum. So if you're on the bottom, you're angled down. If you're on the top, you're angled up.
Got it.
And then you do small little circular motions. And then after the circular motions, you go ahead and you roll away from the gums, okay?
Okay.
A lot of people...
I love this, by the way.
Yeah, you loving this? So a lot of people drag the bristles across it, and you're not supposed to do that. What the electric toothbrush does for you is it does that little massaging motion for you. So with the electric toothbrush, you just hold it up against the gums, and you let it vibrate. So you hold it there, and then you roll up. And so that vibration motion actually gets a lot of the plaque for you. And then there's different brands, the Sonicare brand. They basically say the ultrasonic vibrations kind of help dislodge some of the plaque. There's also the Oral-B electric toothbrushes. The little circular toothbrush that they have is a single toothbrush. So that's important for people to realize because you have to go one tooth at a time. So if you're someone who's like, I need to get out of here as quickly as possible, that toothbrush design may not be the best for you. But if you're someone who really likes to get into the nooks and crannies and all the little cracks, sometimes those toothbrushes can be really helpful.
Have you ever been polled or surveyed? Because we see in the commercials all the time, 9 out of the 10 leading orthodontists say that this is your toothbrush. Have you ever been asked?
I have never been asked, no.
I feel like they should ask you. You're a board-certified orthodontist, which only 25% of orthodontists are.
Yeah.
What does that mean, board-certified?
So basically, in order to be board-certified, you have to go through a pretty rigorous examination process. And you basically present a series of cases to a board of orthodontists. And as you know, it takes years to finish an orthodontic case. So to get enough cases to qualify for the board examination, sometimes it takes a little bit of time. So it's a little bit of a process. You end up going out in front of a panel of basically 3 orthodontists, and they basically judge all of your cases, and then they kind of quiz you about different aspects of orthodontic care.
Is that daunting? Did you get nervous?
It was actually... I am personally a huge advocate for board certification because I think it holds us to a standard, and I think it holds you to the highest level of care. And I think when you're not really following some of those board standards, you're kind of just... choosing your own ideal standard to treat to. But I think the fact that the Orthodontic Association has board standards to treat to and goals that we try to strive for, I think that's a really good thing to do.
Are any of the other orthodontists at Embrace Your Smile board certified? Are you
Yes.
the only one?
No, Dr. Weber is as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So me and Dr. Weber, we went to the same residency program at the University of North Carolina. So he's an excellent orthodontist, and I actually recruited him. He was living in Florida, and I recruited him across the country to come and join us at our office because I knew that we were going to have, I wanted to have more than one orthodontist, and so that's how he joined us.
Is he down in the dumps about UNC basketball this season?
Yes. we don't talk about that.
Oh, you don't? Yeah.
Well,
it's not a good time.
Yeah,
it's not a good year.
He's actually a little bit of a Duke fan, too.
What?
We don't like to talk
That's
about
not
that
allowed.
either. No.
Wow, that's not allowed. She's Dr. Megan LeCornu of Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics. Embrace Your Smile, the top vote getter for Santa Clarita's best orthodontics office for 10 straight years. The pedigree is there. Dr. Megan, last time you were in here, we talked about it. You try to warn the people, but some people didn't heed your advice. Here are some of the headlines rolling in. Brace yourself. In-home teeth straighteners causing concern. Another one, things don't feel right. Some Smile Direct Club customers report problems. The at-home kits offer to straighten teeth for a fraction of the price, but is it worth it? You said no, because why is that?
It's very interesting. I think in orthodontics and in the dental community as a whole, it's kind of the wild, wild west right now. A new technology comes out, and there's a reason people have to go through 4 years of dental school and then 3 years of specialty training to be an orthodontist. And what happens with these do-it-yourself aligners is they do not look at the bite. They're not doing an exam. They're not looking at radiographs. And because of this, things can go greatly wrong. We have a lot of patients now in our office that we're retreating from do-it-yourself home aligners, and they end up getting problems from the bite when it's not being treated correctly, and it's caused damage. I've had patients chipping teeth. I've had patients fracture teeth from these do-it-at-home aligners and these do-it-at-home treatments. And the problem with that is if you fracture a tooth, not only do you now have to go through the orthodontic treatment to correct the bite that was messed up, now you need to pay for a crown or an implant to treat the damage that was done. And so that can become very, very expensive.
Right, because there's no insurance backing up those Smile Direct clubs and DIY kits like that.
No. And, I think it's great. The state of California has recently passed a law that is designed to protect consumers. And so they are requiring that those do-it-yourself at-home aligners have a dentist evaluate x-rays and look at clinical exam and get clearances to go through orthodontic treatment. If you don't get a clearance and you have some kind of periodontal disease, you have something going on with the bone, moving the teeth could actually make you lose teeth.
Wow.
It can cause a lot of problems. So it's really, really important that you get that clearance and that you're passed to be, to make sure that you go through orthodontic treatment safely.
I'm all for DIY. I love at-home kits, but there's a difference between like a wine of the month or like a toothbrush replacement and orthodontic care.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Because, the damage that can be done is irreversible. And that's what people don't realize. People think, well, if it's offered to the consumer and it's something that we're allowed to do, then it must be okay, it must be safe. And that's simply not true. And, I think now, basically things are coming around and laws are being passed to protect the consumer. But unfortunately, those people in the past that didn't have the advantage of that protection, they're the ones who are now suffering, and it's unfortunate.
She's Dr. Megan LeCornu, Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics, Santa Clarita's best orthodontist for the past 10 years. You can go to embraceyoursmile.com. You can meet the team, request a complimentary consultation, schedule an appointment, look over all of your treatment options. I also saw a headline saying that Invisalign, an invisible treatment like that, is going to, over the next 5 years, there's going to be like a 25% uptick around the world.
Yeah.
Is that something you're seeing here locally?
Absolutely. I think what's really great with in any type of invisible clear aligner treatment is the technology has come so far. We're able to treat almost any case that we would treat with braces, we can actually treat with clear aligners now. Now, that being said, we are monitoring it. We're making changes. We're adding attachments to the teeth. Every time you come to the office to be monitored, we're making changes. And so the treatments are amazing. We're treating cases out to board standards. They look beautiful. Cases that in the past were surgical cases, we're even able to still treat with Invisalign, even if they have to go through jaw surgery in conjunction because their bite is so severe. So we can almost treat anything with clear aligners. I do think that going in the future, we're going to see more and more of it, which is very exciting.
Definitely. My final question.
Yes.
Have you flossed today?
Of course.
You have? Is
Yes.
that something you do every morning?
Yeah, I kind of flossed in the car.
Did you? I haven't flossed today, and I'm covering my mouth with a mic,
Yeah.
just so you won't see. Can you tell when somebody has not flossed
Yes.
right away?
Well, what we can see is we can see inflammation in the gums. So when you're not flossing, it does affect the overall health of the gums. You tend to see a little bit of irritation, a little bit of redness, and sometimes the gums will bleed. What we tell our patients is if you start flossing, usually that bleeding will go away. Whenever your gums bleed, it's actually a sign of gingivitis. It means you have a low-grade infection. So it's really important that if your gums are bleeding, that you take really good care of them. You should brush your teeth. Also, spend a little bit of time massaging your gums with a toothbrush and then floss, and then that inflammation will go away.
One of my favorite guests here in studio, Dr. Megan LeCornu of Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics. Again, meet the team, request a complimentary consultation, schedule an appointment, look over all of your treatment options. They are plenty at embraceyoursmile.com. Thank you so much for coming in, Dr. Megan.
Thank you.
Always good to see you.